Hey guys, this is my brother Vikram and I am Bhargav and welcome to the Too Smart Show. Hey there.
Hi guys, hello everyone. Welcome to the new podcast, new video series that we are going to launch today. Too Smart Show. So we both gonna talk about what we usually talk on WhatsApp, Twitter, Instagram, and what we pitch about, gossip about, or you can say what we rant about mostly. And
Basically, yeah.
this idea came up a few weeks back of we need to put this out, we need to put the content out and see how many people can correlate with us, what's happening around the world. So the best way to reach out to every other person on this planet earth is YouTube. That's the global platform that we got here. So we thought, why not give it a shot? Why not we build a podcast and see how people react to it, and see where we stand in terms of our opinions and views. So this is strictly uh, our views, our opinions. It doesn't have to do with anyone else's or uh, where we work or what we do. It's just a view. It's just a random Twitter view, you can say. So it's basically a Twitter feed on your YouTube channel. YouTube. That's it. I think we can crack on with our today's first video, first topic. What we have here.
Yeah. Uh, Today's first topic is gonna be the CSK vs KKR match. Hope everyone has seen the
Uh,
match, the opener of the IPL 2022. So, oops. Yeah.
Pretty interesting match. I had mixed feelings. I was pretty skeptic about the match. Uh, though Dhoni giving up captaincy and bringing Jadeja into the team as a captain is a very big change
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
CSK this year. So I was pretty much skeptical since the start because CSK didn't had big names, all old players, very new players into the team. The team bonding would take some time. I think it's always been the same way for CSK. The team bonding would be a crucial part in their how they're going to progress in IPL.
Yeah.
So again, being a CSK fan, I'm not very upset with the first loss because I I'm sure till there is Dhoni, there are hopes. So we are going to bounce back. But the match was interesting. I can see vintage Dhoni is back. So that was the happiest part in the entire match. That he had to go. I mean, he got his 50, and it was a pretty decent score from where we started. What do you think?
Yeah. And speaking of captaincy, like if like anyone has seen the match, like you can see Dhoni is still pretty much handling the like the field set and everything. Jadeja is still kind of like learning the ropes, and yeah, he's gonna get there.
Yeah,
But right now, it's still Dhoni at the helm of things, and yeah, it was pretty cool to see him hit a 50 on the first match. And I think he
correct.
should be batting more up the order. What do you think?
Yes, yes, that's true. Because I think this is the time Dhoni has some free mind with him. I mean, Jadeja can take all the burden of
Yeah,
setting the fields and seeing what others can do and all that stuff. So Dhoni should definitely go up the order and be free and just be himself and go get going from the ball one. That would really boost up who are coming down the order, because it would definitely take a lot of pressure from the younger guys
true.
when they in terms of building partnership and all. Because if you see how the match progressed, the moment we lost couple of wickets, the team choked. Basically, they started defensive batting strategy. They started with knocking the balls here and there, nudging it, but not going for the runs.
Yeah,
That's why still 17 overs the score was 87 for 5. And I mean, of course, Dhoni would do the same thing to build the partnership, but Dhoni knows when to fire, and he showed us in the last 3 overs that you can reach a decent score from 87. But not everyone can do the same thing. So I don't think youngsters should follow what Dhoni is doing, because I can say Dhoni is master of this skill. So
True.
they should start playing their normal, form factors. I mean, if they can hit a ball, they should hit a ball. If they can't hit, then just should leave it or nudge it.
Yeah.
But yes, bringing Dhoni up the order would definitely help the team. It would bring a different perspective, because Dhoni, at this point in time, he has done what he had to do. No expectations from him, except for seeing him play even 1 over gives me enormous happiness, because
True.
I just want to cherish what Dhoni has still left within him. We need to cherish what Dhoni has got. That's it. Zero expectations.
True. Yeah. Same feelings too. But like, did you notice like Jadeja taking Dhoni's place in batting, like taking a long time to like pick his momentum? Like that's not the usual Jadeja, right? You could see him like he was tense yesterday.
Fra- Frankly saying, I haven't watched the whole match,
Okay.
because to my so okay. First things first, I'm in UK. Bhargav is in India, so there is a 5.5 hours time difference,
Yeah.
and my timelines and his timelines are a bit different.
Yeah. Right now
So that's the reason I
it's
couldn't
10:30
watch.
in the night, and like I think you can hear dogs barking in the background.
Yeah, it's 6 o'clock in the UK, so there's a bright evening for me. So yeah, so I couldn't watch the match completely. So I was following on Crick Buzz. I was looking at the score and commentary. But yeah, definitely. See, the moment you step up as a captain, your perspective of things would change, because Jadeja used to have a free hand. He was never expected to,
Yeah.
play the lead role in the team. Not even in India team, or not even in the IPL teams. He always had that freedom of expressing himself, coming up the order or down the order, just blasting away with the ball
True.
from the
Yeah.
moment he comes to the crease. But now his mindset and his approach would definitely change. We have seen this happening with Virat Kohli as well. We have seen this happening with Sachin Tendulkar. We have even seen this happening with Ganguly as well.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, Ganguly was captain since day one itself. I mean, we've seen this impacting Virender Sehwag as well, when he tried to lead India a couple of times. I'm pretty sure he was captain for few matches, not like complete series, I guess.
Yeah.
But yes, it impacted even biggest players in the world. Whenever they take up captaincy, they had to think in different dimensions and different perspectives. So yeah, they don't want to
Jump the gun. Yeah.
fail fast, and yeah, right. So that's why, but that might be the reason why Jadeja might be playing slow, or will play
Makes sense. Yeah.
in a different manner from now on. Cool.
Yeah. Moving on, let's talk about Sheldon Jackson. Like there has
Yeah, I've seen that video. I've seen.
Yeah.
It was a quick knockout on the stumps. I just saw the video in the Twitter. I think let's watch that once again.
Yeah.
So, but I'm surprised Robin Uthappa got beaten by that ball, because it's nothing special. I mean, see, I've seen these kind of balls in what over was it? It's not even.
It's a
I
seventh.
think
It's eighth over.
9 point.
It's
Eighth over. So I don't think I would expect such kind of a ball in 8th over, but I can expect such kind of balls in 13th or 17th overs, because the more you have tracks on the pitch and the ball tries to drift because it hits some kind of a crack.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was a good one. I think you can see this has got 1200 likes and 148 retweets. I can see people praising him, so it's nice.
Yeah,
nice
even
to see
Sachin posted a tweet like saying he's the next. Like he can see the Dhoni in him, the quick reflexes.
Yeah, cool.
Uh, so yeah,
Cool.
let's talk. Like, let's go into the hypothetical now, and let's. Do you think CSK is gonna win this season? Like, they are the defending champions. You think? Do you think they can defend the title this season with all the things going on?
Uh, Good question. Good question. I see. Being a CSK fan, I definitely want us to win the title, defend the title, no doubt
Yeah,
in it. But if you ask as a true cricket fan, not sure we can defend the title because the key player we left out some key players. I'm still not upset, and I didn't understand the tactics behind leaving out Shardul Thakur and Faf du Plessis. I can't digest it.
yeah, and like as
It's
we speak, Faf like just had an amazing innings in the match with Punjab.
Yeah,
Like,
correct.
that was a true
He
captain's knock.
smashed it today completely. Yeah, correct. So I'm not able to digest the fact that we left Faf because Faf played a crucial innings across many matches in the past 2 years for us in CSK, and I don't see what would be the reason that you had to leave Faf out.
Yeah, it
And
just makes
again,
more
Shardul
sense
has been
in like yesterday's like context. When you lose out openers, you need
correct.
someone strong to like hold the wicket. There was nothing of the
Hold the
sorts
wickets,
yesterday. Yeah,
correct. If Faf would have been there, we would have pretty much crossed 150, 160.
uh,
That's for sure
yeah,
because
even I'm sure about that.
Faf would have definitely anchored the innings. He would just nudge here and there, take singles. He would drain the energy out of fielders and then slam fours, whenever he can find a gap. So see, and I don't know why we left Shardul Thakur. See, the budgeting, I understand. It might be because we don't have enough budget,
Yeah,
or the money pot was spent somewhere else in retaining old players. But still, leaving these two key players, I think it's gonna knock CSK somewhere in the crucial matches
yeah,
because I don't see that much of experience in the team right now with the new players coming in. You know, see, it has always been a strength for CSK in terms of you know the team bond, how
true.
players communicate, and the dressing room atmosphere. This mattered a lot. Many teams had to learn from what CSK was doing. When onboarding new players every season, and they are getting into groove. Watson was like that. Even who else? Brendan McCullum was like that.
Yeah,
There are many instances where players didn't perform in other teams, but the moment they came into CSK, they started performing like anything. So let's see what happens. But uh, I still, but I think RCB. Not sure RCB has got a chance, but I would root and not be surprised if RCB would win the title this year.
yeah. One can hope. One can always hope. And but I
One,
think Delhi has like
Mumbai,
Delhi seems like a formidable
Mumbai
team
team.
this year. Delhi Capitals.
Yes, yeah. Delhi Capitals are
Like,
good.
you
They
can
are
see
good.
the
I
future
think.
Indian team in Delhi Capitals. Venkatesh Iyer, Shreyas Iyer, like Nitish Rana, everyone.
Yeah. Nitesh Rana, I don't see him in India team, but he was a good player 3-4 years back for KKR, but not right now.
Yeah,
His he can play a few knocks here and there, but I don't think he can be an Indian team player because I don't see a place for him.
yeah, makes sense.
See,
Makes sense. Yeah,
till there is Virat Kohli, you can't replace number three.
true.
Okay, you can't replace number four Rohit Sharma. Okay, so Nit- you have Jadeja coming in at 5 or 6, so there is no place for Nitesh Rana in the team. You got Shubman Gill, you got Prithvi Shaw. These players taking up 1 and 2. Nitesh Rana is not even an opener player.
Yeah,
Okay, so even though if he plays well, I don't see him replacing any existing players in the positions 3, 4, or 5. If he goes 5, I don't see a point Nitesh Rana playing at all because he's not a hard hitting player. He's someone who can build innings and hit when it's a right time. but he's not someone who would come at 5 and smash and here and there
Yeah.
and increase the run rate. So
Makes sense. Yeah.
he just all he can hope is play well in IPL, grab some money, go home, have some beers and sleep well. That's it.
Yeah. So yeah, that's it about IPL. Like there'll be more IPL coverage. Let's move to the movies now.
Have you seen KGF 2 trailer? I just before we started this podcast,
Yeah.
just I was trying to I was prepping the workstation. Then I saw this KGF meme. So I sent you, right?
Yeah.
I sent you a
Yeah.
meme.
I'm
They
gonna
replaced the main narrator of the.
I'm gonna put that up on screen.
Yeah, they replaced the main narrator of the movie.
Yeah.
He was the. No, that makes no sense at all. There's no point in replacing that guy because see, he when KGF came, the first part, no one had any. There was no expectation whatsoever. Okay, so
Let
no
me
one
just mute my phone.
knew that about that movie. No one had thoughts that this movie is gonna break many records, but that guy gave a different elevation to the hero.
True. See,
The
in a
story
sense, he was a lead supporting cast of the movie. Like after Yash,
Right.
like he was the one carrying the movie forwards in the first part. Like Prakash Raj is good, but like this is a big
No, Prakash Raj
continuity.
is good. Right.
Continuity error.
Correct. This is going to. I think it's going to disappoint some fans. That's for sure. But I'm sure Prakash Raj can. He would justify his character. That's for sure. But
Yeah.
It still seems to me ridiculous that you would replace such an important character in a continuation movie, in
Yeah.
part 2 of a movie.
I was so
not
shocked
even a
that like I just went to Google and made sure that the actor is still alive. Like maybe they recast him for that reason, but he's still alive. He's kicking well. Like he's all good. But that that just seems to be a mystery. Only Prashant Neel can answer.
I don't know what Prashant. See, I think I know there is. I can sense an answer. My view is they just wanted this KGF to be on a big brand grand schema.
Okay.
So they brought in all the character artists who are well renowned in south and north, because see Prakash Raj has done some Hindi movies, right?
Yeah.
So they want this movie to be a pan India movie. So they're competing against Bahubali or Triple R, if you ask.
Yeah,
me.
basically
So-
how Alia Bhatt and like Ajay Devgan ended up in
Correct.
Triple R.
So they want Prakash Raj to be that narrator because not many people in North know the first guy in the KGF movie.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, I don't know his name. Maybe you can put it in somewhere here.
Yeah.
What's his name? But in KGF, Prakash Raj has got good. He's well known at least in Bollywood movies because he has acted in few movies of Rohit Shetty movies and
Yeah.
here and there. So they know him. They can recognize him. So I think why the one possible reason why they went with Prakash Raj for this role was to please North audience. I think
Makes
they don't
sense.
want
Yeah.
a cast. They don't want a cast which not many people can't relate. So I think that's the reason they might have replaced the original guy. But no, I can't. I can't. It's a big. It's like let me put this in Marvel universe way. It's like replacing Mr. Wong from Doctor Who. Oh, sorry. I went to Doctor Who. It's not Doctor Who. Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
It's like replacing him and bringing some other guy into Marvel universe. No,
Yeah.
I don't think anyone would accept it. So
Yeah, see, more than the actor, it's about the recall value. Like people are like gonna flock to KGF 2 just because of KGF 1, and like they're gonna expect the guy, and people like the recall value would be missing, and yeah, that might see this is we're gonna call it a pan India movie and like the biggest movie of the year and sorts.
yeah, I think we need to learn few things from Hollywood. Okay, see this pan India thing is becoming so nonsensical at this point
True,
because
true. Yeah.
it's so weird to me that we had to build our movie in such a way that it should connect both north and south audience. It's so uh, culturally inappropriate to me because maybe it's not the right way to compare it, but it's how we are, how as we as a society are not trying to learn other cultures. That's what it shows. Why do you have to bring Prakash Raj just because he's gonna do a Hindi dubbing well, because he has got a good voice that would please not audience when it's dubbed in Hindi? Is that because that's the reason, or because North people know Prakash Raj well? Are these 2 points valid enough to replace a character? No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
See, a movie is an art, right? So art is an universal language. You can appreciate Van Gogh. You can appreciate, there are many artists who has got such a creativity across the world.
Yeah, that too, like in
Music,
this day and age
movies.
of like OTT, like people are watching Korean, like
People are
Malayalam
come on, yeah. We are
movies.
watching Squid.
Yeah,
We are watching Squid Game, Korean drama series. People are going crazy over Korean web series, as movies, whatsoever. So if you can, pull your shit together and watch a Korean fucking movie and you don't understand ABCD in a Korean language, that means people give a damn about your storyline, your character development, your cinematography. So people, so you can expect. See, if your content is good, you don't shouldn't worry about your casting, right?
yeah.
So that's what I always believe. So I used to have this mantra, okay, but I don't watch reviews. I don't like watching reviews. Okay, I don't give a damn about reviews if a new movie got released, because when I was back in college,
Yeah.
I used to have a simple funda. Okay, if I find that story interesting enough, if I find the cast interesting enough, I would go and watch that movie, no matter what the ratings are.
Okay.
If I come out of that theater thinking, okay, yeah, damn good, money well spent, I had fun 3 hours or 2 hours whatsoever, I don't give a what the reviews are. If it is 4 out of 10,
Yeah. Fair, fair.
it, that's
Yeah.
fine. It's all about my entertainment, right?
True.
So I
True.
don't
True.
I
Yeah.
don't care. So it's about pull. What's your specialty? Well, as a director, what are you?
What are you
Okay.
bringing to
So
the
if you,
table?
if
Yeah.
you talk about, yeah, well, if you talk about Quentin Tarantino, or if you talk about you know the guy who made Fight Club, who was that?
David Finch.
David Fincher.
Yeah.
Yes.
Finch.
See, they these
Finch.
both. I'm Christopher Nolan. I'm very much attracted with these three directors because they have their own taking on characters.
Yeah.
Okay, so how you build the storyline, how you pan your camera angles. These are they have small intricacies in their directional process that it amazes me. I always try to find those intricacies in every movie they make, and I love those movies.
Yeah.
So I don't give a who the cast who the cast is and who they are bringing in. Of course, Quentin Tarantino always brings. Uh, he is like Rajamouli. Okay, Quentin Tarantino, Rajamouli. I don't see a difference because they both have
See, you're gonna upset some
such a.
Tarantino fans here.
No. See, I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why Quentin Tarantino and Rajamouli are
Okay.
same. Quentin Tarantino and Rajamouli has one small formula. Okay. See, if you
Okay.
have seen Triple R
Yeah.
promotions, I know we are deviating the topic
Yeah.
from KGF to this, but this is very
No. No.
important
Yeah.
to know.
Let's just ramble on. No issues.
If you see Triple R promotions, okay,
Yeah.
there was one guy who was asking Rajmouli about casting Junior NTR and Ram Charan, and how did he manage screen time for both the guys, whether it is 50-50, 25-25. How did he put the screenplay in place so that he doesn't disappoint either of the fans? Because no director would have ever imagined that he can bring Ram Charan and Junior NTR together,
Yeah.
because the fan bases are so separate and they are two opposites of an end,
Yeah.
that they can never meet together. But still, this movie happened and it's a blockbuster right now. So, do you know what Rajamouli answered? He said one single thing. To me, I need Ram Charan and Junior NTR just to bring people to the theaters, cinemas. That's it. Once my audience are in theaters,
Yeah.
I forget who Ram Charan is. I forget who Junior NTR is. Now I need both of them to do what I want them to do,
Yeah.
not
Makes sense.
what they want to do, right? Because
Yeah.
it's my entire Triple R is a fan fiction. I mean, not fan fiction. It's a fantasy. Uh, it's a fictional fantasy
Yeah.
based movie.
This thing, I think we can actually justify comparing Rajamouli to Tarantino, because Tarantino, okay. Tarantino made this movie, and see, I'm ashamed to say this, but I'm a Tarantino fan, but I forgot the movie name. Tarantino made this movie on the Nazis, the Hitler story, and
Oh, the Inglorious Bastards.
yeah, the Inglorious Bastards. Yeah. So that's not history. That's fiction based on history, like actual living characters. And
Correct,
Tarantino,
correct.
and even the okay. I'm just there's a brain fog today, and what's the Brad Pitt and DiCaprio movie? What?
Oh, this is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah, the Once Upon a Inglorious Bastards and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and many more movies. These are movies based on real life events, which Tarantino has adapted and changed the plot points or the narratives or the motives of the lead characters, who are playing the characters of the real life individuals, and made a movie
Right.
on that. That's not
Correct.
history.
So,
Those are
correct.
historical. Yeah.
So if you see from Hollywood perspective, right? Don't look it as a point of view from as out of Hollywood. Think you are in US, okay? So if you list on all Quentin Tarantino movies, okay,
Yeah.
and see the cast. His cast is always amazing, okay?
Yeah.
It's always
That's
big
not
names.
true.
It's always big names. Take Django Unchained, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Inglorious Bastards, or
Yeah.
for that matter, Kill Bill.
Yeah.
Okay, Kill Bill, Quentin Tarantino, right? I'm not
Yeah,
quoting
yeah.
it wrong.
It is Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah,
Duman
Quentin
Daman.
His cast is always good. It's always top-notch actors. He brings in new characters here and there, but
Yeah.
like Jamie Foxx. Okay, in Django Unchained,
Yeah,
bringing Jamie Foxx was
he was a established actor, but he was not the big he's
correct.
not in the big leagues back then.
So correct. So the rest of the characters, the cast was very big, isn't
Yeah.
it? They are very well known actors and all. Similarly with Rajamouli, right? Rajamouli, since his career starting from student number one to till Triple R, his cast has always been huge names.
Yeah.
Even with what is it? Sunil's
Excuse
movie.
me. The Maryada Rama.
Yeah, Maryada Ramana.
Yeah.
Even with Maryada Ramana, people can say he's a comedian. He made Rajamouli made him hero, so he gave a new chance to a new guy. No, when Maryada Ramana was made, Sunil was already he was bigger than a hero because
True.
of his
Yeah.
comical sense, because of his timing, his boy next door way of look and feel,
Yeah, people
how
like
he
often tend to forget,
presents
but
himself.
back then, like there were plot points written to accommodate the comedians like Brahmanandam and Sunil.
Correct. I
Yeah,
miss those
God.
kind of plots in a movies right now. Do you know? Because
Yeah, yeah,
if you pick some movies like when Uday Kiran and Sunil were acting, like Tarun and Sunil, Uday Kiran and Sunil,
yeah,
come on, and Ravi Teja and Sunil,
yeah.
uh,
That was like
the,
that
the,
was a
these
killer pair.
these guys had different movies. I mean story plots, because there are 5 to 10 minutes entire comic scenes written just to create laugh out of the scenes. That's it.
Yeah,
No relation to story whatsoever. It's
yeah,
just a day. It's like a particular timeline of a day of a hero, and just pulling out what would happen at that particular time point in time with the hero's character. I
yeah.
mean, I love that kind of plots. I mean, this, you keep your audience engaged. You don't feel them, too much
Yeah, like basically, it's not
thinking
like
about what's gonna happen.
part of the plot, but like those scenes were like really well woven into the screenplay
Yeah,
that
story.
they didn't seem
Correct.
out of place.
Right, right. So I miss
Yeah,
that kind of a screenplay nowadays, because I don't see
true.
right now the movies that are coming out, the comics and I mean the comedy timings, the way they do comedy. It's, I mean, they somehow try to make hero as a comedian, which I feel so obscure and absurd, because it's fine if he does couple of times. It's not fine
Yeah,
if he is the one who is trying to initiate a comedy scene. That see, for that you need to have very good. How should I put this in a good way? See, I can have a good laugh with Ravi Teja being a comedy actor. I can have
mm,
a good laugh with Sunil doing it,
yeah,
or if he is running the show.
yeah,
I kind of dig what Mahesh Babu did in Khaleja, but I can't dig if Mahesh Babu would do that in every other movie,
yeah, yeah.
right?
Like that was a one in a million chance movie.
Right. So,
Yeah,
and people hated when Khaleja
yeah.
came
Even
out. Like
that too didn't work out. Yeah,
that didn't work out. It's just after a while, people had to adjust themselves to Kaleja's movie tune. I mean, how
yeah,
the sequences were going, and then they blended in.
yeah,
They had to forget who Mahesh Babu was before
yeah.
Kaleja, after Kaleja. It has to be seen like that.
True,
So
true.
because that was not Mahesh Babu. He was literally out of his comfort zone when he was doing Kaleja. The scenes, the way he had to put those slangs, or the way he had to talk, because he was the one who initiates comic in every scene, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's not Sunil, it's not Anushka, it's always him throwing some one-liners, punchlines, which would make you giggle, all that sort of stuff. But
yeah,
like I said, only few actors can pull those things, or you can watch. Take an example of Agnyatwasi, how
mm,
Pawan Kalyan, how Trivikram exploited Pawan Kalyan.
yeah,
See, Pawan Kalyan is excellent in producing humor when he has a companion, like Sunil,
yeah.
like
Brahmanandam.
Brahmanandam, or like the guy in Badri, who is that? The other comedian, or MS Narayana. So these
Yeah,
kind of people, if you put Pawan Kalyan, Mahesh Babu, Prabhas, or Ram Charan, or even Junior NTR. Even Junior NTR doesn't have a comical sense, or he doesn't have a comedy timing. They always need to have this supporting person in the frame. Then only they would glow out. But for Ravi Teja,
yeah,
or for I can't think of any other actor's name, because Ravi Teja is the only guy I would literally sit there and watch if he is the one doing comedy, because there are hundreds of movies, not hundreds of movies. There are many movies where Ravi Teja was the sole person who was trying to
yeah.
get the
Basically,
humor out
Raviteja
of
from
audience.
like 2005 to 2015. Like that was the golden era for him.
Yes. Yeah. Even with Mirapakaya,
Yeah,
Mirapkai
yeah,
movie,
Mirapkai.
with Venki, Dubai Sinu. These
Yeah,
all
I would say like to
cult
some extent
movies.
Chiranjeevi, like in the late 90s and early 2000s.
Yeah, Chiranjeevi is as well. Chiranjeevi. Do you remember that movie? There's a old movie where Chiranjeevi was a lawyer and Radhika comes for a Radhika
Yeah,
or
yeah,
who
yeah.
was that?
It's
Jay Sudha
Radhika Sharat Kumar.
comes comes to
It's
him for a
it's
help.
about yeah, it's about this thing, right?
Oh yes,
Death sentence.
death penalty, death
Yeah,
sentence,
it's
right?
I
It's
think
about
it's Abhilasha.
I guess so. We need we need to do some background checks before we talk this
Okay,
shit.
maybe I think you're
But
talking
still,
about Chantabai. Chantabai.
yes, Chantabai.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
not Radhika. It's
Suhasini, I think. I'm not sure.
Suhasini. Yes, Suhasini.
Yeah.
If you watch that movie, there's no other comedian. It's just Chiranjeevi, making you
True,
laugh
true, true.
in the
Yeah,
entire
yeah,
movie.
I think
So
like that
he-
like I think he told somewhere like that performance was heavily influenced by Charlie Chaplin.
yeah. So yes, correct, right. He has that
Yeah.
suit in Chantabai that he always tries to wear it.
Yeah.
And there is a comedy scene where Suhasini tries to hold
Tears
his
off his, yeah. That
blazer,
was a
but it
damn
gets
funny
torn
scene.
off. Damn funny scene, yes, right. So
Yeah.
Rajendra Prasad, Chiranjeevi, even Balakrishna had a good comedy timing in his old days, but not right now.
Yeah.
Whatever he do,
Kinda.
it's a
It's
vulgar
Balaya.
comedy at this point
Yeah.
in time.
Yeah,
So
it's just Balaya. It's a
sorry,
different brand.
Balaya fans, but I like Balaya, but come on, no, let's not go into that. Let's keep that for some other day, some other rant. But
Yeah.
yeah, so back to our point. I think again, I think I need to go to. So I opened multiple knots. So
Yeah.
let me tie let me tie the knots one by one back together. Quentin Tarantino and Rajmouli. Quentin Tarantino and Rajamouli. So now you should agree that they both have similarities, but they
True,
both
yeah. To
work
an
in
extent, yeah.
they both work in a similar structure in terms of constructing the movie together.
Yeah.
Not every single detail, but yes, having a big cast and how you know portray gruesomeness. See, they always Rajamouli, I've seen an interesting meme. Not meme,
Mm-hmm.
okay? It's just an Instagram page I've seen somewhere. Uh, so every Rajamouli movie had one plotline that's revenge.
True. Yeah.
If you look Chhatrapati, if you take Student Number One, if you take any Rajamouli movie, Ega, Maryada Ramanna, or what's Magadira,
Yeah. Bahubali. Everything was a revenge. Like,
Bahubali, every movie, if you look at the center plotline, that's revenge.
yeah.
Okay. If you look at Quentin Tarantino movies, it's not directly revenge as a plotline, but it's all about what is Quentin Tarantino famous for? He's famous from his gruesomeness, right? Gruesomeness, how
Gruesome.
he
Yeah.
portrays.
Yeah. Even Kill
Uh,
Bill is kind of
the
sort
con-
of like true revenge
yeah, Kill
story.
Bill it's a true revenge story, but the more Quentin Tarantino characters involved in a fight, it turns out to be the killings are more of a revenge sort of
Yeah.
killings rather
Yeah.
than you know
It's rageful killing.
it's a gruesome killing, right? So
Yeah.
that's the similarity what I'm talking about. So
Yeah.
I've tied that knot.
Okay.
Going back to our original start of this conversation,
Yeah.
why we need to stop this pan India, pan Asia, this sort
Yeah. You
of
see,
movie
there's no
tactics,
like pan US or anything of that sort. Like there
right?
is
So
like the southern part of US where there's Texans and like the west coast, the east coast, but you know,
Yeah, correct. So I think it's high time we need to stop doing this pan India thing. It's if you take a move, if you if you make a film or a movie, it's for everyone, right?
Yeah,
So you shouldn't just change a movie just because you're releasing in some other part of a country or some other.
fair.
It's a global movie, right? So Ryan Reynolds doesn't sit in the office and think, oh, no, my movie is going to be released in India. I need to put some Indian elements in the movie just because it's
True.
a global movie, right?
Makes
You
sense.
need to
Yeah,
stick to
yeah.
your story and you need to trust in your cast members and you need to pull the 100% out of them, right? That's how you build a
True.
great
Yeah.
movie. So no one in sitting in Hollywood are thinking that, oh, I can't offend Asians because I need to put something. So I need to because this movie is going to be released in China and or this movie is going to be released in India. So I can't offend Indians. So they don't think it done that way. If your story warrant some sort of a thing, then it has to be there. So I think we Indian cinema lovers or cinema going people or movie lovers, I would say, or directors or anyone need to think this through, what they're creating, what culture they're trying to create. uh,
Yeah.
and fans, please stop arguing on pan India star and South India star. Please, for God's sake, no one gives a about if your favorite hero is a pan India hero. Okay, no one gives a it's all about how he has acted in the movie. It's about
Yeah.
storyline. It's about his how his character has been, progressed throughout the movie. Okay, nobody gives a fuck if your favorite hero is a pan India star or not.
True.
All right. So that's
Yeah.
KGF 2. But overall, what's your view on the trailer? How do you like it?
Uh, it was good. Like, was it Richa Chedda playing Indira Gandhi or like the Prime Minister role?
That is, I think it's Ravina Tandon, right?
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Oh, it's
Oh,
not
yeah.
Richa Chadda. It's
Okay.
Ravina Tandon, I guess. Is it See, I always confuse with Ravina Tandon and
Yeah, me too. No, no, not
Dimple
Dimple.
Kapadia. Not Dimple Kapadia. Ravina Tandon and who's the other one? Dimple. Twinkle Khanna. I
Twinkle Gana,
always
yeah.
confuse with. They both look like same.
Yeah,
So I
it is
think
Ravina
Dimple
Tandon. Yeah.
Khanna. Yeah, it's Ravina Tandon. Twinkle Khanna doesn't act, right? So yeah, it's
Yeah.
Ravina Tandon. I think she's Indira Gandhi, I guess, because if you remember the preface of KGF 1,
Yeah, yeah.
Indira
Like
Gandhi was the
they're
one
not
who
they're not taking
tried
the
to,
name, but
yeah, it's who she is. So I think it's Indira Gandhi. And see, the scenes around Sanjay Dutt, they all literally looking like Prashant Neel suddenly woke up one day, watched entire Game of Thrones, and watched Lord of the Rings, and went to Kolar minefields and started building sets. That's it.
probably yeah.
It's just giving me the vibes of GOT. If you ask me how, I
The
don't think
the visual the visual aspect of it.
any person in right mind in 80s would have. See, where is KGF happening currently, right? It's not in current timeline, isn't it? It was. See,
Yeah, it's in the
if you
70s,
remember,
80s.
it's 70s and 80s when Indira Gandhi was in power, isn't it? So,
Yeah.
uh, so the movie is happening in 80s. Imagine it's in 70s era, 70s, 80s, whatever you call it.
Yeah.
No one in the
Yeah,
right
and
mind
why
would
is
dress
that
up
dude
like
wearing
someone in.
armor
Sorry.
and
What was I
yeah.
saying? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Why was Sanjay Dutt wearing armor and shit? Like
Why is Sanjay
he's
Dutt wearing
going.
armor? He
Yeah,
has that Viking
yeah,
getup.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
He's
The Viking
literally
getup.
looking like a
Yeah,
Viking.
true.
I don't know where Prashant Neel is trying to. What is he trying to project? Is he trying to make him look gruesome? I think you can still make a character look gruesome without making him look like a Viking. Okay,
Yeah,
I don't, so that was comical. I mean, I don't want to. tear apart the film. It's just my first initial views.
Yeah, I don't think
But I
this
would still
trailer
love to
has
watch that
much
movie.
to offer about the movie. Like, I think they're gonna drop a final trailer before the release, and like, let's see.
Yeah.
Like, there isn't much to this trailer.
What do you think? Our sequels generally, we fuck up sequels.
Yeah.
Indian film industry has the, you know, good running.
Rajamouli has like broken that sequel sentiment. Let's see. I think like Prashant Neel,
How?
the
Are you
Bahubali
saying
2.
Bahubali 2?
Yeah.
Please don't get me started on Bahubali 2. Let's have a different, separate podcast.
That's for another day. That's for another day.
And that's for another day, just to discuss on Bahubali and Bahubali 2.
Yeah, wait.
Please,
Speaking
it's
about Rajamouli, like we have like comparing with Tarantino and everything, there has been like high praise for Rajamouli going on for the last 20 minutes. There's something like there's drama going on Twitter. Like, is Rajamouli
I've
a
seen it.
casteist?
Casteist.
He is a
Okay, let me ask you a different question. Do you
Yeah.
think Quentin Tarantino is a racist?
Yeah, that's a perfect question. Yeah. Like for
You think he's a
like, in this
racist?
context, yeah.
If I ask you,
Yeah.
is Quentin Tarantino a racist? You can't answer
Maybe.
that. No one
Yeah,
in Hollywood would dare to answer that. But if you look at how did he
See, I'm just
make
gonna
Jamie
put
Foxx?
up some like the Rajamouli's tweet somewhere here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go on.
It's a pretty much old tweet.
Back in
2012, I guess.
2012.
He was very active responding to each and every guy in his
True.
tweets. I don't know why.
He was kind of
What was he
shitposting
doing
on
in-
Twitter back then.
Yeah, I think he thought no one would look into Twitter because back in 2012
Twitter
was
hasn't
pretty
exploded
much
back
very
in
new.
2012. Back in
Hasn't
India,
exploded, and I still remember my first initial Twitter profile. It was some sort of like a feed which made no sense to me at that point because I literally didn't understand the purpose of Twitter because
Yeah.
it looked like Twitter was only for celebrities, not for normal people to interact because people made it look like, okay, if you have a fan base, go into Twitter and have chat with your fans,
Yeah.
or else shut the fuck up because no one would want to tweet at you.
Yeah,
It was like
basically,
that.
back in the day, like Twitter was an like empty void you would yell into, and without any ramifications and
Ramification.
Stuff, yeah.
So I think that's the reason he thought there was no consequences whatsoever. So he went on
yeah,
shit posting whatever he thought. I think
yeah.
and
And
I also
that also brings up the question of like, can we separate the art from the artist? You know, like all the great, like not all, but most of the great artists, like we have known like for centuries. Like they have been, like they have had like muddled past. Like Charlie Chaplin has been accused of being a pedophile. And like many
That's a
more,
very good
like the
question.
Weinsteins, like everyone.
Kevin Spacey.
Kevin Spacey, dude, yeah.
Kevin
So,
Spacey, dude.
yeah,
I
like-
felt so bad, man. Okay, I'm not supporting
like
Kevin. What?
let's just take a moment of silence for House of Cards.
2 seconds done. Silence. See, I'm not See, if he's a pedophile, yes. If there is an evidence, yes, we should. I'm not saying we should cancel him. I don't get this cancel culture. Canceling someone online is too mainstream and
That's
it's bullshit.
kind of out of
It's-
trend, to be honest.
It's so out of trend. So there were some videos where people started a campaign saying cancel culture. That's
Elon Musk.
Gen
That
Z.
should be Elon Musk. Yeah.
That's Gen Z stupidity. So
Yeah.
I won't get into that. But yes, if he has done such kind of an illegal thing, there are judicial proceedings on him. There are, let law take its own course. Yeah, if you don't endorse him, yeah, I'm not saying I'm endorsing Kevin Spacey or whatever. I love him because of his acting. He
Yeah.
literally carried House of Cards on his shoulders for 5 seasons.
Yeah.
If anyone is thinking in a different way that, oh no, not Kevin Spacey, there is other guy, there is this girl, this woman who is also carrying House of Cards, that's bullshit. Okay.
Yeah.
If Kevin Spacey was not there, if you have thought Robin Wright was carrying House of Cards, my friend, you are living in some kind of a, you know, different Altoria world.
Yeah.
So no, he was the heart and center of the series. It's
Yeah.
not just House of Cards, right? Kevin Spacey did lot of movies. He was a brilliant actor. He's someone who can, see, very few people have the ability to in quick time, pull audience attention and keep them intact till the time you want to.
Yeah.
Like Morgan Freeman, and the next person is Kevin Spacey. It's so amazing how he acts and how he gets into character. You should watch behind the scenes of House of Cards. It's really unbelievable.
True.
But it's
Like,
very unfortunate that we couldn't keep art and artist separate. So that's the example. So I was emphasizing on Kevin Spacey because it's a great example of the question what you have asked. Can we keep art and artist outside? No, I don't think we can. Because
okay. Fair.
it's as a society how we have built up ourselves. We, because see, we look up to celebrities, right?
Yeah.
No, maybe if you are mature enough not to look up to them, but just enjoy what they are giving you as a content. So let's take Robert Pattinson. Okay, I'm not a fan of Robert Pattinson. Not
Batten.
because I
Battinson.
watched Twilight. I watched
Battinson.
Twilight and Robert Pattinson. Yeah, Pattinson. No, don't call him. No, there is only one guy. Batfleck. That's it.
Yeah.
No Pattinson. No, no bear. No. So again, right? Robert Pattinson. I like his acting in other movies. There is a good movie. There's a movie called, I'm not sure. I don't remember the movie name, but Tom Holland and Robert Pattinson. They both were in a single
Uh,
movie.
yeah. Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
brilliant movie. If you find that, put it in the card somewhere. But
Yeah. I'll
it's
put
a
it on the screen.
fantastic
Yeah.
movie. His Texas accent. Oh my god!
The southern
You
accent.
you can't. His southern accent. You can't believe. Is that really Robert Pattinson? You should watch that movie. I watched that movie. It's awesome.
Okay.
His acting was top notch in that, no doubt. But he's not just the Batman that I wanted to see. Again,
Fair.
because I love Batman as a character, I'm a big Batman fan. I went to watch that movie. I sat for 4 hours. I really enjoyed the movie. I would watch if there is a Batman too. But
Okay.
if you ask me, I'm a fan of Robert Pattinson just because he played Batman. No. So I try to keep
Fair.
art and artist out of this context because I can assess what's good for me and what's not right for me. But I don't think everyone can do the same thing, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, definitely kids can't do it for sure. So
Yeah.
you have to cancel few people, or you have to, just can't make them move. So can you cancel Charlie Chaplin at this point in time? Maybe Gen Z can do it, but it won't make sense because
Yeah, I think he's just gonna
the
fade into history more than getting cancelled. Like people who
yeah,
remember him, like us, like who have seen him, like grown up seeing his movies and stuff. Like we'll maybe like if we can't look at the movies the same way again, that might happen, but not so much. Like if it blew up back then.
Right.
Maybe he could have been cancelled, but not now.
Not right now, right?
Yeah,
But yes, we can't 100% keep art and artist
fair.
as two different entities. They'll be definitely seen together. There are, I can give a lot of examples where I felt as an audience viewer that okay, see, do you know what disappoints me? Ben Affleck.
Ben
I
Affleck.
so admired him. Yeah, I'll tell you why.
Okay.
I so admire him as a Batman that I literally want him to behave like a Batman in real life. That guy behaves like a dad who is 40 years plus
Yeah.
and has no so whatsoever social cues, who doesn't understand social cues. If you look at his paparazzi photos, right,
Yeah.
he doesn't behave like a Batman or he doesn't behave like a guy who plays Batman.
Yeah.
He's he goes to beach. He got that big tattoo on his back. I don't know what made him think he need to have that falcon tattoo. I think it's some kind of a bird. I think you can put a picture for reference, but
Yeah. I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna
what
put it
the
on screen.
fuck? Like, what the fuck? Why do you think that's a good idea to have that a big tattoo? Maybe, I don't know if it has any emotional connect, but I was like, what the fuck? Why would you have it? So I'm pretty much disappointed in that guy. Also,
Yeah, like
he doesn't
if you take
interact
that,
with his
like in
fans.
that sense, wait a minute, like I'm gonna get cancelled today. Like I keep forgetting names. Who was the guy in Dark Knight?
Christian Bale.
Yeah, Christian Bale and Hugh Jackman. Both of them, like it's hard to separate them, like their persona from their roles. Like you see,
Yeah, it's very hard. So whenever I see Christian Bale in public, right,
like he's
it
got the
always strikes me.
Batman grin. Like he is
Right,
Batman. He is Bruce Wayne, dude.
he's Bruce Wayne.
He is Bruce
Is he
Wayne.
Bruce
Yeah.
Wayne? Is he the Bruce Wayne in a different way? Is Bruce Wayne depressed or is Bruce Wayne happy? That's what I look at. Similarly with Matthew McConaughey, right? So whenever I see Matthew McConaughey in interviews or some shows or somewhere, right,
Yeah.
it always takes me back to that one scene somewhere in his old movie which I love the most,
Yeah.
right? I always keep hearing that word, all right, all right, all right, right? So you can't separate art from artists. These are the examples, right? So you
Yeah.
get so why I'm trying to give these examples is how even as movie lovers we know we need to keep certain things out and watch a movie as a movie. We can't do it. By the way, Fanta is not sponsoring us. So
Yeah. Fanta, if you want to sponsor, you're welcome. So yeah,
Hey, do you know I can't buy Fanta in UK? I never saw Fanta in UK.
really,
Yeah,
that's a coke.
there's some
Okay.
there's something else in UK. I haven't
Even in
seen Fanta.
McDis, like wherever I've gone to
Wait.
McDis, like
No,
around the
no.
world, they
I
have
think there is
Fanta.
no. My bad. I think I've seen Fanta, but I haven't seen Mirinda.
Yeah, I think Mirinda is made by Thumbs Up, so like Indian brand. I don't think.
But there is Thumbs Up in UK.
Yeah,
there-
even Thumbs Up. I think
there
you
is
can see it only in UK, not in US, or like
there
it's.
is no mass production of Thumbs Up, but
Yeah, I think it's being imported to UK.
yeah, it's imported to UK.
Yeah. So yeah, let's
We-
see if Rajamouli gets cancelled or not. Like the tweet has been.
I don't think
blowing up.
Rajamouli will get cancelled.
Yeah.
The tweet can blow up even. See, I think with this conclusion we can end the podcast. But the tweet can blow up till to any extent. But because of people in South India's mindset, not just South India but all over the India.
Okay.
See, the caste system is a very huge problem. What we have, okay, it's very deeply rooted into society,
Yeah.
into the mindsets of people, right?
True.
So it's very difficult, to it's not difficult. It's something you can't expect people to turn into non-casteist people tomorrow and say, "Oh, let's cancel Rajamouli." No, it's not going to happen. Only people who are going to cancel him is people who are I don't know
The
who
Twitter
doesn't who
bunch.
don't give a fuck about. Yeah, Twitter people will some people who are triggered. Yeah, triggered people will cancel him, and
You
people
know
who
what
are
something you know what's something more funny? Like I've noticed
yeah.
this on Twitter. I still haven't like talked to you about this, but yeah. So you like Ram Charan's role when he transitions from the police officer to the Alluri Sita Ramraju's role, right? He wears the
Yeah.
saffron clothes. So apparently
Okay.
that makes him, and then hence the movie, a sanghi movie. See,
What?
I'm yeah.
How? Alluri Sitaramraju always used to wear saffron clothes. That
Yeah,
doesn't make him
see,
Sangi.
yeah, that's the problem with the Gen Z Twitter people, and like yeah, it's just let's. I saw this and I'm gonna rage tweet about it without any thinking. So see, I'm the guy who, like, you can check out my Twitter, by the way. Like
Are
yeah,
people calling it Sangi movie just because he's wearing saffron?
yeah, and like there's
No, that's
also like
bullshit.
references
That's
to like basically the movie is like Alia Bhatt is Sita, Ram Charan's role is Rama, and NTR is Bhima or Hanuma. Like there's
yeah, I can understand because Rajamouli quoted somewhere that he take inspirations from Ramayana and Mahabharata in
true.
building his
See, there's one
movie
thing.
characters.
Yeah. See, I don't subscribe to the like what do you say, the morals or the thinking of religion myself, but trashing on something just because, see, I'm a huge fan of the Mahabharata, like as a myth. These are called mythologies or myths for a reason. Yeah, there are
Yeah,
people like who take it to the grave and create communal issues, but just calling a movie in a fictional setup, and that too
yeah,
like with some historical accuracies, and like just because a guy wears I know like how it's been, like how the color has been branded in the past couple of years, but just because a guy who's portraying someone who used to wear orange is wearing orange in the movie, that doesn't make the
yeah.
movie or the role sangi.
Yeah, right. I agree, totally agree, 100%. Because even I don't endorse that view. It's bullshit.
Yeah,
I've literally grown up watching Alar Sitaram Raj movies played by NTR, Krishna, but many are
yeah,
formats
this
in
is
many are
basically
formats,
a
and
non-problem in the Telugu
it's
states, but the
yeah,
neighboring
it's a
and
non-problem until no,
yeah,
yeah, because people don't understand.
and
See, that's the problem, right?
yeah,
We are so focused on understanding or adopting other countries' culture, like French
true.
people. Oh, French people are so posh. We need to understand their
Oh,
cuisines,
that's
their
Italian.
vocab. No,
Yeah,
no. See, people. I've listened to people saying shite instead of shit just because it's French.
yeah,
I hate the. You learn about your own culture, guys.
yeah,
See, you need to understand where you come from, what your roots are. No matter what, how, even if your roots are filled with some poison, that's fine. You need to know and get out of it, or understand what we did wrong and correct it in future, right?
yeah,
So it's about education. It's education gone wrong, I would say, because I've studied about Allur Sitamaraju in textbooks, or I've read about him in various places, and he was a true patriot. He was a much needed patriot at that point in time for India, because in situation what we were in,
yeah,
labeling him Sangi is just an absolute ignorance, and
yeah.
it's a
That's
bullshit
just
view,
plain
I would say.
stupidity.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you have people on the other end, like mostly the people from North, who straight up didn't realize it was Allur Sita Ramaraju, but Ram Charan was playing Lord Ram. as in with the bow and arrow. Like I know, like there was a mythological reference in the screenplay, but he's not.
I would have loved.
He's not actually playing Lord Rama. Just for people who still haven't realized, he's not playing Lord Rama. But yeah.
Yeah. You know what? I just realized. I would have loved if Ramcharan would have grown hair and then played that character. You know, I think he has used wig.
Yeah, that looks bad.
That looks kind of weird on his face.
Yeah. Like we have seen him grow long hair.
We have seen him with hair, right?
Yeah.
Magadira.
Yeah.
And this movie took literally 4 years to be complete shooting. So I think even if he had started back in 2018 when the shooting began,
And
I think he could have literally had the hair needed to play Allur Sita Ramaraja, because it would have been brilliant if he had that bun and hair flowing down here like Jason Momoa.
True.
Right?
And it's not like
he could have made that effort.
They kept the look a secret, hence they went for a wig, and like, they didn't want Ramcharan to like be sporting long hair in public events. But that was like one of the first like early posters released or something. So it doesn't make sense. So
yeah.
I
think I would remove 1 point for Rajamouli for this, because of he always states he's a perfect director, but this could have been a good, nice detail if it was his own true hair.
True, yeah.
Okay.
So let's wrap it up, guys. Thanks for like listening to us ramble on all these topics for hours and hours. We're gonna be back next week, and there are some interesting topics like the Kashmir files, which we are supposed to talk about today. But the podcast has already gone too long. Let's take it to the next week. I think it's still going to be relevant with all the things going on. We'll talk about the Kashmir files. And if you guys have any other suggestions to talk about, leave them down in the comments below. And let us know. We'll try to talk about more topics. Like, our focus is mostly going to be on movies. And also, which is like evidently lacking today, technology. I have been like anyone who knows me knows I'm a like huge tech nerd. Tech is gonna be there. There is nothing like as interesting going on. So tech has taken a backseat today, but we're gonna talk about tech. It's gonna be movie, sports, tech, everything. Like these are movies. Yeah.
Anything that's trending on Twitter, it's going to be on our podcast for sure.
So do let us know.
If you have got good hashtags, let us know. We're definitely going to talk about it. If it sounds interesting to us, again, it's all about our views, what we think, and what we feel as right. It doesn't have to be exactly in line with your thoughts.
Politically
if you like
correct.
it, subscribe. If you don't like it, that's fine. Still subscribe. You can rant on us in Twitter so that we can rant again.
Bring on the engagement, guys.
Yeah.
Okay. See you everyone. Cheers. Bye.